So I'm going to be reviewing all 8 of those teas today. Are you going to be reviewing them too?
Flying dolphins pull the sleigh. It's too warm for reindeer anyway.
Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to day 24 of Vlogmas. First of all, I need to apologize if the sound is kind of bad. I'm using these mics that I'm not a huge fan of. If there's a buzz, I'm really sorry. I tried to close my door 6 times and my cat just wasn't having it. And I would hear her meowing and I would open it and let her in or let her out. And I tried to have her make a decision. And then she started running all the way to the end of the hallway and then running back and slamming her body into my door. And I have a clip of it. The thud sound that it makes. So I'm sorry I couldn't shut my door, so I have to use these mics because there's like the TV on in the living room and everything. So I apologize, but it's Princess's fault. It's not mine. She's been doing this like since she was small. She just can't handle, like, we would keep her in a cage during the nighttime so she wouldn't get into anything back when she was a kitten. And she would back up to the back of the cage and then run as fast as she could into the door, slamming into it. So we had to leave it open because we didn't want her to hurt herself. Here she comes. Princess, you are 12 years old. You should not be body slamming the door. Okay, so there's this drink place that I really like to frequent called Nobility. They used to be called Tea to Go. What do you want? I opened the door. Like, I opened the door. Are you gonna body slam me now? Okay, their website's under construction, so I can't see exactly where their locations are. I think they're mostly located in the South. I think there's a location in Louisiana. I think there's some in Texas. There's a few in Oklahoma, of course. So if you guys think you have one near you, please go check it out. It's amazing. It's a tea place, obviously. And I don't see much of these. I see a lot of coffee chains, but tea chains are just something that there should be more of. So they come out with different drinks for each holiday season, and I tried all of the Halloween ones. I tried all of the fall time ones, but there were only like 4 in those seasons. But then for Christmas time, they came out with 8 new holiday drinks. I think they're going to have these drinks available until the very last day of December. I'm not sure. I also need to look at their hours because they do have limited hours now, but I don't think it stops at Christmas. I think it keeps going. So if you have one near you, maybe you still have time. But if not, you know, this is just knowledge for next year. So I'm going to be reviewing all 8 of those teas today. Are you going to be reviewing them too? Okay, so the first one that I tried was the Yuletide sangria. I had a feeling that I would like this one. It had a lot of fresh fruits like floating in it, and I rated this one a 10 out of 10. It wasn't too sweet. It, like I said, really strong tea flavor. It was a strong cherry flavor, and there were pears inside. There were supposed to be grapes as well. My mom actually ordered it a few days later and she got the grapes and I didn't, so I was kind of salty about that, but it still tasted really good. And they also use edible glitter inside the drink. That's why it shimmers like it did in the short video that I took, and it had this really nice deep red color. It was really pretty to look at, so I rated that one a 10 out of 10. It was just everything I want in a tea, something strong, not too sweet, and I do like the fruitier teas typically. Okay, so the next drink I tried was the Candy Cane Lane. This one was super creamy and minty. I'm not sure if it had milk in it or not, but I wasn't sick afterwards, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess no. It had some sweetness to it, but it wasn't too sweet. Again, I really like teas that aren't too sweet, and Nobility sometimes can have some really sweet drinks. Sometimes they put Sunny D in some of their beverages, which is just not my favorite thing. It just becomes so sugary and almost like syrupy. This cat. There also was like some kind of spice to it, like a candy cane spice, like pepperminty, and there were little pieces of candy cane in it, like crushed up, so like no choking hazard or anything. It was just really tiny pieces of candy cane. Princess, please. So I gave that one a 10 out of 10 also. We were starting off really strong with these drinks. Is this what I have to do? Is this what I have to do to get you to just like be satisfied? Are you gonna run into the wall now? She's rubbing her face on my laptop. The next drink I tried was the mistletoe. I think it's supposed to be a 2-toned drink. I'll show you a clip of what mine looked like and then show you what it was supposed to look like. It was tart and sweet and cinnamony, but it wasn't too sweet again. It had an apple and a cranberry flavor. I think the green is apple and then the red is cranberry, and it was complemented by the cinnamon. I really like that mix because usually you just see apple cinnamon drinks. There's not like cranberry cinnamon or whatever. So it's really cool that it had both of those fruit in it. I also asked them to add in the green apple boba. I think that complemented it a lot. So I rated this one a 9 out of 10, and the only reason it's not a 10 is because I feel like some milk would have been good in it. Obviously only like almond or coconut milk. So as I said, I think it needed something just a little bit creamy to balance out how tart and sour it was, but I still think it was crazy good. It reminded me a lot of the caramel apple drink that was around in October, I think it was. But I think this one tasted better because I think the caramel apple drink had some sort of artificial sweetener. I really hate the chemically zero sugar sweeteners. So the next one that I tried was the Grinch. This one had a strange taste. It was similar to bubblegum, honestly. I think it was supposed to be cocoa and mint or mocha and mint or something, but putting those two together really created a bubblegum flavor, unfortunately. You are so much. The Grinch was a little too milky. Also, I forgot to order a plant milk like an idiot, but it also wasn't the darker green color that I was expecting and that they advertised. It was just such a brown, which is fine. There were some other drinks that were brown because they were like cinnamony, but it was not the cool green Grinchy color that I wanted, but it wasn't too bad. It was mint and chocolate. You could kind of decipher the mint and chocolate if you thought about it, but otherwise it just created bubblegum for me. If you guys have tried these, let me know what you think about them. So the next drink that I tried was the Winter Wonderland. This was like a milkshake. It felt like thick and blended. It didn't have like cubes of ice. It was very much like a thick blended iced beverage. It had a really good vanilla flavor and you could see the pieces of vanilla bean in it, like the little tiny pieces, the little black dots, and it was super refreshing and again, not too sweet. It was definitely creamy, but it had this nice tea flavor to it also. And later on in my notes, I wrote down, yep, it definitely had milk, even though she said it didn't. Very sick. Still tasted good. May or may not inflict this on myself again. And I gave it a 9 out of 10. It honestly was so yummy though, but I asked her if it had milk and she said no. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she said, but it's like a milkshake. And I didn't know what that meant. I think that means there was ice cream in it. So regrettably, probably can't get this one again. Okay, so the next drink is called the Christmas Morning. This one was all right. I got it with coconut milk because I remembered not to get dairy this time. The coconut adds a really great flavor. I prefer it to almond milk, honestly. If you guys like Starbucks, I really like doing frappuccinos with coconut milk in them and then just doing no whip. It's just so good. It's superior. I liked the spice in this tea, but it's not my absolute favorite. I couldn't really taste the blueberry, but that might have been because the coconut overpowered it, which I did that to myself. It had more of a cinnamon maple flavor, and then that was just kind of complemented by the coconut. I rated the Christmas Morning an 8 out of 10. Okay, so the next drink I tried was the Frost Bites. I was really excited for this one because I love the color blue. I love how it looked so icy and wintry, and it did look how it was supposed to look, so that was nice. This one was a little too sweet for me. This reminded me of those drinks they served in the fall time that were orange because of Sunny D. The sourness of it kind of saved that, however, like it wasn't, I mean, it was still crazy sweet. You know, there were other drinks that I preferred to it, but the sourness did kind of save it. But the thing is, it was a berry and mint mix. Like that was the flavor profile. And when you mix those two together, for some reason, it just starts to taste like toothpaste. You know, the kids' toothpaste that isn't a super strong minty, it's like berry mint or something. It just tasted like that. It wasn't unpleasant. It was just like, this definitely tastes like the toothpaste I used to use. But like I said, the color was really pretty and I mean, it had a nice flavor, I guess, and I liked the sourness of it. So I rated that one a 7 out of 10, not my absolute favorite. Okay, and the very last drink I tried was the Blitzen's Cocoa. This drink was only able to be served hot, so I didn't take a picture of it because it just looks like the normal Nobility hot cup. I think the hot drinks are only available in one size also, while I think you can get the iced ones in like 4 different sizes. Also, when you're doing the iced drinks, I highly recommend to ask for light ice because they just put so much in there and it's kind of a waste of money because Nobility is a little pricey. So they asked me what kind of milk I wanted in this one and I said coconut. Thank God. It had a really good cinnamon flavor as well as orange. That was the first things I noticed. Was I was like, okay, I really taste the orange. They also added Hershey's chocolate syrup to it. I noticed that, which that does not have dairy in it, so that was really nice. But everything was great until I got to the bottom of the cup and it was just pure undissolved cinnamon, like with a little bit of liquid still, and it felt like the cinnamon challenge all over again. I'm just kidding, I didn't do that. But there was nothing that hot cocoa-y about it. It was more of like a spicy milky tea. There just wasn't a whole lot of chocolate, which is so weird because I saw him add so much chocolate syrup. So that concludes my review of all of the Christmas, holiday, December flavors that Nobility had. I highly suggest you go check them out if you have one near you. They're definitely still really small, but hopefully their website has their locations on it by the time this video is posted, because that would be nice if you can check if there's one near you. I'll leave a link down in the description to their website if you guys want to check it out. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just wanted to do this. I see a lot of people trying Starbucks holiday drinks for Vlogmas, and I just didn't want to do that. I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but I really like tea. I feel like those videos are always filmed in a car, or like they buy all of the drinks and then try them on camera, but I don't have that kind of money to be buying all of those drinks in one day. And also I feel like that's a waste. Like I feel like they're not going to be fresh. You can't drink all of them in one sitting. Yeah, just a little side note how I wanted to do this differently. I've spent nearly all December at Nobility, and now I kind of want to go to Starbucks. So if you guys want to, leave me your favorite Starbucks holiday drink down below. I'm gonna go check out what they have before it's too late and before those drinks go away. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I apologize again for the mic situation. Princess just wasn't having it. Now she's gone. So I don't know where she went. The thing is, you have to shut the door while she's not looking, like while she's not in the presence of the shutting door. Otherwise, time for a body slam. So I will see you guys tomorrow for my last vlogmas video, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye guys.